Thank you, the co-chairman, both of the Senate and the House of Reps, my distinguished colleagues, the ministers there present, and all other invited guests. My name is Senator Abiru, and I represent Lagos East Senatorial District. I would like to start from the general performance of the budget from what I've heard so far. And I would want to start with a commendation around improvement in revenue. Starting from 2023, which is what I think that the economy has been riding on. So that is, by the end of 2023, I think we had an improved performance in revenue of about 12.5 trillion as opposed to the budget of 11 trillion, which is very commendable. And I think on the back of that, 2024 has equally done very well from what I have, although what I think I heard from either the DG budget or the FRS chairman, your figures as at October. What we have in the MTEV is at August, but there is really no difference. Because as at August, the summary of performance will show that about 98% of the revenue budget had been met, which is not different from, again, what you presented for October. So having said that, and I think that all of the revenue lines did very well. And I'm particularly also noted the performance around the corporate income tax. Now, that is against the backdrop of some of the challenges that the real sector have, and the fact that they are still able to meet up in terms of collection, I think is highly commendable. But one thing I think that I would like to bring out of it is that I'm not comfortable with the government-owned enterprises. If you look at their performance in the current year that we are talking about, one will wonder why other revenue lines are doing very well, and you have the GOEs doing just doing about 23% of performance. I think there is a need to focus on it and also ask for reasons so that we can optimize the opportunities that we have around the GOEs. I think that should be noted. Equally of importance is that I also noticed that all of the dividends that are expected from both BOI and NLNG are yet to be reported. So what exactly is going on? I also think clarification is required around that. Now, that's on the revenue side. Now, on the expenditure side as well, I think that we have managed it very prudently. From what I can glean from the MTEF, being at 72% of expenditure also is another good performance, meaning that you are managing, the fiscal discipline and cost control perhaps is also working very well. But of concern, before I go to my concern around it, and I think I like the fact that even under the expenditure, under ways and means, there was no record of any interest that was paid. That is highly commendable. Highly commendable, so I applaud that. However, the performance of the capital budget is a source of concern. As we speak, as at the end of August, we just have about 35%. If we must grow the economy, I also believe very strongly that we must fund all of the infrastructure that we need to propel the economy. So those were my comments on how far we have done historically. Now, going into 2025, all of the projections or the indices that were stated, starting with the projection around average inflation. I don't know how practical what you have quoted is. I'm seeing a moderation of where you are expecting average inflation to decline from an average of 27.85 to 16.94. Given where we are today, you need to explain to us how that is achievable so as to see how realistic the budget of 2025 is. Equally of importance is explanation around the projected 1,400 naira to the dollar, when where we are today is almost on the neck of about 1,700. So we also need to get some confidence around that. Now, equally, I think I've had conversations around the crude oil production. Again, the projection is on the back of 2 million barrels per day. I know we are still struggling around 1.78 for 2024. So if you are benchmarking or projecting 2 million for 2025, I also think that you need to speak to us and let us derive comfort from it. So, having said all of this, I don't think there's any point in putting down the numbers again. I will just say, and equally, I don't know who's going to address this. We want an environment that is very productive. The current rate of interest rate at over 30% is a major source of concern. So, and that will speak to the need for coordination between both the monetary and the fiscal authorities. So I rest my case for here. Thank you very much.